In this short video series, we'll be building killer websites with Drupal. This is meant as an introduction to site building, and we will build a demo website for a co-working facility. During the course of the video series, we'll cover best practices, how to add functionality, how to manage content, how to make that content lay out differently, and how to manage users. We'll also briefly cover views, panels, and caching in Drupal. And just for a point of reference, let's take a look at our final product. Here is the demo website that we'll be building during this video series. While not as complex as some Drupal websites, this should show you some key aspects and things to consider when planning a project with Drupal and building Drupal websites. Let's get started. First, we are going to navigate over and download a zip file that I've prepared for this video series. Simply go to bit.ly/dropworks to initiate this download. You'll download this workshop.zip file and unpack it. Now that we've downloaded and unpacked the zip file, let's take a look at what's inside. First, you'll notice that we have all the code, which is Drupal core plus the modules and themes for our demo website, the files that we'll upload for the website content, and also the finished database. Additionally, the presentation I've recently given on Drupal site building is included, as well as several views to import for our demo website. So let's navigate over to getpantheon.com to get our site up and running. If you don't already have a Pantheon account, simply click Create Free Account. Then you just fill in this information and it would spin up an account for you. Or, since I already have an account, I'm just going to simply sign in. Then we'll just give our site a unique name. In this case, I'm going to call it Dropworks Example. And click Create Site. Next, you'll notice that we can either start from scratch or import a site. If you start from scratch, you can import Drupal or WordPress as your CMS, or choose from many distributions for Drupal. For our video series, we're going to be importing a site, so we'll go ahead and click that. And then it's important to note that what we want to do here is to provide separate code files and database archives to upload. So we'll click here to do that. Change these all to file, since we've downloaded them from our zip file. So we'll upload our code. We'll upload our finished database. And what this will do is allow us to see the final product and compare it as we build out the demo website. So let's go ahead and upload the finished database. And then we'll also upload the files. And then we'll just wait a few minutes for this to complete. Now that the files are uploaded, we'll go ahead and click Import Site. And now that the import is done, our site is ready to view, so we can visit our Pantheon dashboard. And now we see our site is imported, and we can go take a quick look at it. So this is going to be our finished product. So here we are, all done. All our views, all our blocks, all our text and content types, all the things we're going to cover in the video series is here. That's great, but now we have to build it. So what I'm going to ask you to do is actually to make a copy of the development site in your testing environment. So if we go over to test in the Pantheon dashboard, we can clone the development environment to create the testing environment. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to leave that final product in our test environment so we can compare and contrast it as needed. And this should only take a minute to complete. Great, our test site's complete. And just to verify, we'll hit Visit Testing Site. Fantastic. Now let's go back to the development environment. Go back here, click Dev. And what I'm going to ask you to do is actually to get rid of your database and your files. So we start with a clean site. So if we go over to workflow, we're going to go over to wipe, and we're going to wipe the environment. Just confirm by typing in wipe, all caps, and I understand the consequences, wipe the environment. So now that we've reset our environment back to the beginning, we'll go ahead and click Visit Development Site. And you'll notice that what we have now is just content without any theme, without any modules, without really anything. This is just a holdout in cache from our previous installation. So what we'll want to do is we'll want to go to /install.php to reinstall the site. Here we have one option and one option only for the installation profile, which is Pantheon. We'll go ahead and save and continue. Choose English as our language. Wait for the site to properly install. Name our site. Provide an email, username, password, set up our country to the United States, and what we'll also do is we'll uncheck receive email notifications and click save and continue. Awesome. It should be all installed now. Let's take a look. Alright, and now we're back to square one. And from here on out, we'll go ahead and finish building out the site during the rest of the video series.